Once upon a time, in a small village in India, there lived a young man named Karan. He was strong and healthy, with a loving family and enough food to eat. But Karan was never happy. He complained about everything from morning until night. "This bread is too thick," he would say at breakfast. "Why is the sun so hot?" He would grumble while working in the fields. "My clothes are old and ugly," he would moan in the evening. His mother, Savita, and his father, Mohan, tried their best to make him happy, but nothing ever worked. One day, Karan was walking through the marketplace when he saw a beautiful gold ring in a merchant's shop. The merchant, a kind old man named Prakash, was showing it to a customer. Karan's eyes filled with greed. He wanted that ring more than anything in the world. That night, when the moon was hidden behind clouds, Karan crept into the merchant's shop. His hands were shaking as he reached for the gold ring. But just as he grabbed it, someone lit a lamp. The merchant's son had been sleeping in the back of the shop. "Thief! Thief!" the young man shouted. Within minutes, the village guards caught Karan. The stolen ring was still in his pocket. The next morning, the village judge, a wise man named Ram Singh, looked at Karan with sad eyes. "You have committed a serious crime," the judge said. "I sentence you to 1 year in prison." Karan's mother wept. His father hung his head in shame, but Karan only felt anger. "This is not fair," he shouted. "1 year for such a small mistake. This judge is cruel. This village is terrible." The guards took Karan away to a small prison on the edge of the village. The prison was a simple stone building with tiny rooms. Each prisoner had a small cell with 1 window, 1 mat to sleep on, and 2 meals a day. When Karan entered his cell, he looked around and his complaining began immediately. "This room is too small. This mat is too thin. That window is too tiny. How can anyone live like this?" The guard who brought his food just shook his head and walked away. Days passed, and Karan complained every single day. He complained about the thin lentil soup, the hard rice, the cold floor, the hot afternoons, and the long nights. The other prisoners tried to ignore him, but his constant complaining filled the entire prison. In the cell next to Karan lived an old man named Gopal. Gopal had been in prison for 3 years, but strangely, he always seemed peaceful. Every morning, Karan would hear Gopal singing softly. Every evening, he would hear him saying prayers of gratitude. One day, Karan's anger exploded. "Old man," he shouted through the wall, "how can you sing in this terrible place? How can you be happy in prison? Are you mad?" Gopal's gentle voice came back. "Young man, I am not mad. I am grateful." "Grateful?" Karan laughed bitterly. "Grateful for what?" "For these stone walls. For this tasteless food. For losing our freedom. Come to your window," Gopal said kindly. "Let us talk face to face." Karan went to his small window. Through the bars, he could see Gopal's wrinkled face in the next window. The old man was smiling. "Tell me, Karan," Gopal said softly, "can you see the sky from your window?" "Yes." "But it is just a small piece of sky," Karan complained. "But it is still the same beautiful sky that free people see," Gopal replied. "Every morning, I thank God that I can see the clouds, the birds and the stars at night." "That is foolish," Karan said. "We are in prison," Gopal nodded. "Yes, we are. But let me tell you something. Before I came here, I was blind in one eye. I complained about it every day. Then one day, I met a man who was completely blind. He told me I would give anything to see with just one eye like you. That day, I learned to be grateful." Karan said nothing. He went back to his mat, but Gopal's words stayed in his mind. The next morning, Karan woke up complaining as usual. "This mat hurt my back all night." But then he heard Gopal's voice. "Good morning, my friend. Thank you, God, for letting me wake up to see another beautiful day." Karan felt confused. How could the old man be so grateful for waking up in prison? That afternoon, a new prisoner arrived. His name was Arjun, and he was very sick. He coughed constantly and could barely eat. The guards put him in the cell across from Karan. Karan watched as Arjun struggled to eat even one bite of rice. Suddenly, Karan looked at his own plate of food. It was simple, yes, but he could eat it easily. He was healthy and strong. For the first time, a new thought entered Karan's mind. At least I am not sick. Days passed. Karan began to listen more to Gopal. The old man would say, "Thank you for this water that quenches my thirst. Thank you for this window that lets in fresh air. Thank you for my hands that still work. Thank you for my legs that can still walk." Slowly, very slowly, Karan began to see things differently. One day, it rained heavily. Water leaked through Karan's window and wet his mat. His first thought was to complain. But then he heard Gopal laughing with joy. "What a blessing," Gopal said. "The rain has cooled the air! How wonderful!" Karan looked at the rain. He remembered how he used to complain about rain in his village. But now, he realized how the rain brought relief from the heat. He realized how it watered the fields and gave life to everything. "You are right, Gopal," Karan said quietly. "The rain is beautiful." From that day, something changed in Karan's heart. He started noticing small blessings. The morning sunlight on his wall, the birds singing outside, the fact that he had two working eyes to see them, the fact that he had two working ears to hear them. When his mother visited him, bringing home cooked food, Karan saw the tears in her eyes. For the first time, he realized how much she loved him. "Thank you, Mother," he said, touching her feet. "Thank you for everything you have done for me." Savita was shocked. Her son had never spoken such words before. As months passed, Karan became a different person. He helped other prisoners when they were sad. He shared his food with those who were sick. He learned to be grateful for every small thing. Finally, the day came when Karan's sentence ended. The guards opened his cell door. He was free. Before leaving, Karan went to Gopal's window one last time. "Thank you, my friend," he said with tears in his eyes. "You taught me the greatest lesson of my life. You taught me to stop complaining and start being grateful." Gopal smiled. "Remember, my young friend, a grateful heart is always free, even in prison. But a complaining heart is always in prison, even when free." Karan returned to his village a changed man. He thanked his parents every day. He worked hard without complaining. He helped others with a smile. People noticed the change and wondered what had happened. Karan would always say, "I learned the secret of happiness from a grateful prisoner. True freedom comes not from where you are, but from how you see what you have." And from that day forward, Karan lived a life full of gratitude, peace, and joy.